You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Shall we begin? Times are getting real scary. Really, really scary. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Especially coming from the media. Because all we hear is lies. Second, what you see. Remember, we go to the movies and we watch Avengers, and they have something called AI. So these people literally can make you see something that's not even real. So now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You got a raid happening in what they call an illegal nightclub.
So this is an underground illegal nightclub, okay? And what was happening inside was significant drug trafficking, prostitution, crimes of violence. We seized a number of guns in there. We had active duty service members who were running security at the club and involved in some of these crimes. And in fact, we had over 100 illegal aliens inside as well, and those over 100 illegal aliens were taken into custody by ICE.
Active duty service members helping as security here. Can you elaborate on that at all?
So it's an ongoing investigation, but we had over a dozen active duty service members in the club tonight, either as patrons or working as armed security.
How many of those were detained, and what are they facing right now?
So Army CID was one of our partners out here, and they're going to work with us on what the next steps for those active duty service members looks like.
What's illegal about it? See, when they say certain things, you have to ask questions. What, they don't have a liquor license? Or they not paying their taxes? Because that building is a multi-million-dollar building. It's very, very legal. So my question is, are they not paying their taxes? And even still, the building is still legal, right? What made it illegal? The migrants being in there, 100 of them. I need for y'all to dig deep. Deep divers. I need for y'all to think. And it's time right now for everybody to start doing critical thinking. Because this administration ain't playing no games. Even with dozens of military, armed security, right? When they tell you they had guns in this building, anytime you have a bar or a lounge, there's supposed to be guns there to protect the establishment. So let's not play these military mind games. And as far as America, illegal migrants, we've been having illegal migrants. As a matter of fact, the new ones that came in, the government recruited them and let them in. And now this same government that let them in to rig the votes is basically dealing with them like terrorists. And it's like, wow, the trap has been set. Don't fall in the trap. The trap has been set, and examples are being made so much to where that our military, we are on the brink of war on the outside of America and the inside of America. And see, the scary thing is that when you dealing with agents locking up the military for doing security? Security? Y'all need to share this video. This is a discussion that every platform should be having. Pay attention to your circle. Matter of fact, pay attention to your government. So you lock up 100 illegal immigrants because you feel like, yo, this was dope. I'm not going to even lie. Just take yourself out of the equation, right? And you just set a trap. You know, at some point in time, these people are going to come out to have fun. So then you sit up there and say, okay, if I'm going to go out and I'm going to have fun, where would we go? The tactics that's being used to catch what they call illegal migrants, these are working people in America. They're working here. We're not talking about dudes running around MS-13. And please, oh, we found drugs in the club. What, they personal use? So you going to tell me the people down on Wall Street ain't got a little bit of powder in their pocket? Like, let's stop playing games here. Let's stop playing games here. These military Jedi mind tricks that's being played is diabolical. Diabolical to lock up 100 people partying. You thinking that it's all, yo, there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. And the tactics that's being used, even when it boils down to, you got people now that's on college campuses. I forget the woman name that started speaking out on the same topic. ICE went to that college campus, snatched that college student up, and bye-bye. Your constitutional right of freedom of speech is being thrown in the trash. Now there's this thing where they saying the Africans are in here illegal when they're committing crimes, right? I haven't seen any, but I'm not going to say that they're not committing crimes. I just don't see it outside of them selling pocketbooks. You know, the made in China stuff or the fake stuff that these stores is already selling, but they can't sell them. Right. So I need for y'all to understand, right? So now we dealing in a time where when you say Africans and you dealing with ICE, then you look at the the dude that they claim to be MS-13, right? And I'm going somewhere with this. He gets grabbed. He gets sent to the jails out the country, right? El Salvador, whatever that is, right? He gets sent to them jails over there, right? And the courts, listen up. The courts say, hey, you, Trump, what you just did is illegal. He's a working citizen that was in the process of getting his legal documents, and he did everything right, and they was granting him his legal documents. But the Trump administration, which I ain't got no beef with Trump. I like Trump, but I don't like what he's doing. They exile him into prison and exile him out of the country. The court says bring him back. The president of El Salvador, or wherever that is, says we can't send him back. What do you mean? You the president. You got the president of America and the president over there in that jail, over that country, saying that y'all can't send him back. So now the reason why I'm saying this is because we on the verge after May, you have to have this so-called smart ID, right? We already got ID. But now everybody in America has to go get that new ID. What happens if you get into a beef with ICE and they say, for you Africans now, you know, African Americans, we come in all shades, all colors. What happens when ICE decides to run down on us in a club? And it's a mistaken identity, or they don't want to identify us. Some of these niggas is KKK running around pretending to be ICE, or rather they are ICE. They are NYPD. They are police, right? Corrections, whatever, you name it. They are in a position of power. And they don't like you. What happens when they decide to run up in your club, your lounge, and 100 of us find ourselves in one of those countries where you sitting on the floor in your underwears and t-shirt all day with guns pointed at you and you don't even have a bed? I'd rather die. Straight up. Straight up. I'm too old to be going through that. Freedom of speech ain't free no more. And America is definitely turning into a dictatorship. In some cases, I understand it. And in some cases, I'm afraid of it. Because you're going to tell me that my mother, my cousin, my brother, my father could be snatched up and sent to another country because he's titled and labeled an illegal because you ain't got your ID and you got caught in a traffic stop, or you was just walking to the corner store and you look like a Nigerian? These Jedi mind tricks, military mind games, they getting serious. This is just part one of my rant. Whoever thought of that was an evil genius. Let's just catch them at the club. Then use the media to say that they had an illegal club. The club wasn't illegal. God made this earth spacious. Whoever made the law and designed the law the way that we can't even travel without permission? Whose permission? You could just be labeled illegal. And you could be locked up. They won't let me out. No. You know, we in some serious hot water. Anytime the police is willing to lock up the military, who was only providing security, and turn them into what the military will call what the army was doing, or the Navy, whoever those brothers was, those soldiers, thank you for serving this country. You just turned them into criminals. Under the law of the military, that's considered to be treason. Under military law, you know, if you get caught committing treason, you can be put to death. It's part one of my rant. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Real topics. I'm out.